Hey homies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Haley and this is the Mystic Adventure Tarot. Woo! So today we're going to be getting you a message from your best friend. Now your best friend can be your mom, it can be your sibling, it can be, that person that you met in the 3rd grade. You know who your best friend is, the person who truly loves you the most and the one who's always there for you and supports you no matter what. Hopefully. Sometimes we find out some things about our best friend that aren't too exciting, but hopefully none of that energy comes in here today and it's all good vibes and happy people. So let's get started. Pile 1 is going to be this beautiful Caribbean calcite, and we're going to be using the Fairy Tale Tarot. Let's see what the top card is for you. Ooh, Ace of Cups reversed. Okay, message from your best friend. Caribbean calcite, Ace of Cups reversed with the Fairy Tale Tarot. That's pile 1. Pile 2 is going to be the 420 Tarot, and we have this really cute piece of garden quartz, very clear and crystal with a nice little garden in the middle, and the 420 Tarot. So what do we got? Okay, Justice reverse. Interesting. That's pile 2, message from your best friend. Pile 3, we have this Peach Aventurine, and we have the Art of Adventure Tarot with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, why is everything so reversed today? This is pile 3. Art of Adventure Tarot, Wheel of Fortune reversed, Peach Aventurine. All right, and then pile 4, we have this really beautiful piece of amethyst, this little amethyst point, and we have the Desert Illuminations Tarot. Okay, with the Magician upright. Coming up at the end, pile 4, message from your best friend. All right. Now, go ahead and take a second, think about which pile you want to choose from. And, oops, sorry, I messed up my little thingy. Go ahead and take a second, think about which pile you want to pick. Click your timestamp down below, and that'll jump you over to your reading. So enjoy, and I'll catch you guys over there. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the Caribbean calcite or you chose the Fairy Tale Tarot, this is going to be your reading. This is your message from your best friend. So this message is going to hopefully be, for the most part, from their perspective. Hold on, let me give this a little whoop. There we go. From their perspective, we're going to be diving into how they see you, what brings you together, what takes you guys apart, that kind of stuff, and then some advice. So as always, we're going to start with our oracle portion, see what's going on in here, and if you feel like just based off the oracle, you're not connecting with the reading, that's totally okay. You can pick another pile if you want to, or you might not have a reading today. Nothing wrong with that. Let's not force information to fit if it doesn't fit. And moving forward, let's get into our reading. So I'll put this guy over here. And let's get into our oracle. Message from your bestie, your best squirrel friend, your bestie pal. Here we go. All right, we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Okay, coming in really strong, 111 on my timer. We have resilience, number 26, determination, willpower, momentum, with Aries up there in the corner. Interesting. We have comfort. Okay. Put that on that side. We have uplift. We all rise together. Celebrate the success of others. Share the joy of their triumphs. We're all connected, so when we uplift others, it raises our own vibration. Interesting. I low-key have... I'm going to get into it with the cards, but I kind of have a vibe already. I'm kind of picking up a vibe. We have the Tower. Upright. Sudden upheaval, broken pride, disaster, renovation. Okay. Disaster isn't always, a horrible thing. Sometimes we need upheaval. Okay. And then we have another Tower with our Julius Tarot Rainbow Reflections Lenormand. I'll link that down below. We have a Tower, and it's not the same as the Tarot Tower. 222 on my timer. The Tower for Lenormand is about boundaries, confinement, and protection. So setting boundaries, making sure that you're being respected, Make sure that you're being heard. Make sure that you're not being guilted or put down. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Pile 1. Remember how we flipped the first card? It was the Ace of Cups reversed. Let's talk about that. I have a vibe that this is no longer a healthy friendship. And I'm sorry if this is the way we're starting off. I really didn't want to start this way, but the Oracle kind of speaks for itself. So let's get into these. With guilt and with uplift, let's talk about these two together. I have a feeling that this person does not want to see you win. And I feel like you've been moving forward and you've been making a lot of changes and a lot of growth in your life. And I feel like there's a lot of, and we won't, hopefully that's not the whole vibe. But the vibe that I'm getting is that this person isn't really able to be happy for you. You know, and I also feel like, and I've dealt with 333 on my timer. Damn it. I've had this kind of friendship before where it's a comfortable friendship because you've had it for so long or whatever. And so you just want to be comfortable and you don't want any drama and you don't want to deal with the, you know, the tower moment that comes with this relationship. However, it's also important for you to recognize that if someone cannot be happy for you, if someone cannot respect your boundaries, if someone can't support your momentum and support your changes and growth that you're going through, and they're making you feel bad for healing and growing, they're not a good friend. And I'm sorry to say that. And it's so funny because, like, I know that this tower has a different meaning, but it's just like this double tower energy of just like, I think that this friendship is not very good. Let's get into the tarot. I feel really bad about this. And here's the tea. With the willpower and the momentum, and I love that this says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. And honestly, like, sometimes the friendship isn't helping you grow anymore. You know, sometimes it's not helping you grow anymore. It's just not good for you anymore. And we'll get into it. Let's see if this gets any better. And honestly, this reading is supposed to be from your friend's perspective too. So let me just say, if you're that person who is not able to support and uplift, let's flip the coin around. If you're that person who's not being supportive and kind and loving and uplifting, like, it's time that you check your attitude, and it's time that you really take a good look at at your own foundation and say, what is it that's making me feel this way? What is it that's making me feel insecure that my best friend is leveling up, or insecure that I'm not? It makes me slow down and lose sight and not be determined. You know what I mean? You gotta stick to it. You gotta stick to it. Ugh, I don't like that that's the vibe already, but let's get into our tarot. We're talking about your best friend, okay? I'm gonna put this guy over here. We're talking about your best friend. So, card number 1 is a card to represent your, oops. Let me redo that. Card number 1 is a card to represent your best friend. Okay, so this is the card that represents them. That was not a good bridge. We're going to try again. There we go. Card to represent your best friend for pile 1. Let's get into it. Sorry, I kind of rushed through this oracle part. I just like, I know what kind of vibe I'm getting, and I'm hoping that the tarot kind of reroutes, but you know, here we are. A card to represent your best friend. We have the 7 of Wands reversed. The next card is how they see you, how your best friend sees you. We have the High Priestess upright. Interesting. It's ya girl, the High Priestess. Card number 3. What brings you guys together? What brings you guys together? What is the foundation of this friendship? What brings you guys together? Oh, 7 of Cups reversed. Okay. And then what is it that pulls you guys apart? What pulls you guys apart? The Ace of Cups upright. Interesting. That's interesting. And did you see that jump out? That's weird. What they need from your relationship. What does your best friend need from your relationship? For pile 1. I got the Ace of Wands reversed. And then something they need you to know, we've got the Page of Swords reversed. And then we'll get some advice from the bottom of the deck. Ooh, we got the Five of Cups. Okay. All right. And then we got Temperance reversed on the bottom. Okay, pile one. Let's get into these, right? So, sorry if there's any background noise. The one time I get to be in my studio and there's always going to be someone making noise. So, a card to represent them. We have the Seven of Wands reversed. And the Seven of Wands is about feeling overwhelmed. It's about giving up. It can be overly protective, maybe overly defensive. The Seven of Wands is just, it's a defensive card. It's feeling defensive. And I feel like maybe you have that type of person. This is that type of person where you can't bring things to their attention. You can't tell them things because there may be backlash, you know, there may be a defeatist attitude that comes out of it. And, I'm just going to give up. I don't care anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. And while you're trying to grow and progress, there's the vibe that this person is just like, who cares? The world's burning. You know what I mean? Like, literally, it's just like, I don't care. Everything's on fire. Who cares? And you're like, I care. I care. I'm sorry, pile one. How they see you. We have your girl, the High Priestess, which I find to be really interesting because I know they know that you're no fool. They see you as someone who stands in your power, someone who is intuitive, someone who has the ability to discern and decipher things, you know, someone who is strong in their subconscious mind as well as their conscious mind. And I don't think that you are someone that can be easily tricked or, you know, easily fooled. I think that they view you as someone who is intuitive and someone who is that like High Priestess energy, you know, even if they're not in that energy, they definitely view you as someone who has the ability to solve the mystery, someone who has the ability to stand in their higher power and stand in their higher self. What brings you guys together? Interesting. We have the Seven of Cups reversed. And I feel like it's like what brings you guys together is distraction. What brings you guys together is diversion and temptations and illusion. I think that this person is someone that can pull you off course. They have the ability to pull you off course. You know, they have the ability to distract you, and they use distractions as a way to strengthen your bond. Does that make sense? Like, you're like, oh wow, I'm doing this with my life, and they're like not doing those things. So they're like, oh girl, did you hear about so-and-so? And then they get you out, and they try and get you out of that High Priestess energy, and they try and get you in that low vibrational, and with the double sevens too, as a confirmation. The double sevens reversed as a confirmation. I feel like this person is not, what brings you guys together, I think, is negativity. And seven is the number of reflection, assessment, discovery, and knowledge. So it's time to assess this relationship. 11:11 on my timer. I hate that. I'm sorry, pile one. I wish this was like bestie vibes, but I'm not getting bestie vibes. What is it that pulls you guys apart? We have the Ace of Cups upright. I think that like positivity is what pulls you apart, honestly. Compassion, creativity, like love, kindness, those beautiful things that come with the Ace of Cups. I think that that's what separates you guys, is that there's this high vibrational energy. There's this beautiful ebb and flow that you're trying to be in that they don't want to be in. You know, they don't want to be in that vibe. They want to be in the whole, oh, look over here, look over there. Let's look at this. Let's look at that. Let's not look at the future. You know, let's not look into the future. Let's not build. Let's not create. Let's just enjoy the mess. Oh my goodness. What? The Hermit on the bottom. We're going to get further down. Let me move on. Sorry. I feel like I'm kind of rushing, but I'm not. Boundaries. This person doesn't respect boundaries, and this person doesn't like boundaries. What pulls you guys apart is the Ace of Cups. Positivity is, I think, what separates you two, to be perfectly honest. What they need from your relationship, we have the Ace of Wands reversed. They need you to be unmotivated too. They want you to be unmotivated too. They want you to feel weighed down. They want you to feel stopped up because they're stopped up. They want you to feel guilty because you're trying to march forward, and they want you to be like, are you leaving me behind? Really? You are their comfort zone, and they want you to stay as their comfort zone. And they can't be comfortable if you're progressing and they're not. And I'm just going to leave that there. What they need from your relationship is for you to be backed up. Something they want you to know. We have the Page of Swords reversed, and we have the Five of Cups upright. So something that they want you to know is that there's a lot of talk and no action. There's a lot of undelivered promises. There's a lot of, I'll change, I'll do better, let's try. But there's actually no action behind it. Especially, interestingly enough, with that Five of Cups there, it's like they just want to sit and be depressed. They just want to sit and feel the regret and feel despair and feel the loss. And they want to look at the Three Cups, but they don't want to look at the Two Cups that are behind them. They don't want to look forward. They don't want to turn around. They don't want to change course. They want to stay in the tower while the tower is burning. And you're trying to move on. You're trying to move forward, and they don't want to move forward. And I don't like that for you, Pile 1. You need people that are going to uplift you. Someone who is going to make you want more for yourself, want to continue to persevere, want to continue to move on, want to continue to protect yourself and build and cultivate. But they don't want that. We have Temperance reverse on the bottom and the Tower reverse on the bottom. Triple Tower energy. Pile 1, this friendship has to go. And I'm sorry that I had to be the person to tell you, and I wish I wasn't, but I've been here. You're not alone. I've been here. I had a friendship that lasted 8 years, and all 8 of those years were draining and suffocating. All 8 of those years were holding me back when I could have been progressing forward. And I'm sure they can flip the script and say that I was that person that was holding them back. Either way, if you're this person and you're the one who's not progressing and moving forward, then maybe it's time to stop holding your friends back. But if this is your friend, you need to make some changes, Pile 1. You need to make some changes. You need to let go. We have Temperance reversed. Literally, this person doesn't have any self-control. There's no self-control. There's no desire to move forward. There's no desire to move on. There's no long-term vision. It's wasteful. And in order for you to avoid, I'm going to tell you this and then I'll wrap it up. In order for you to avoid disaster, Pile 1, you got to move on. You got to move on your own. Also, I love this Tower card. It's my favorite because it's really menacing, but it's also really beautiful and soft. But in order for you to move forward and achieve your goals, you have got to move on, Pile 1. You've got to go out on your own. You've got to step out, introspect, move forward. Don't allow this person to slow you down, because that's what they want to do at the end of the day, Pile 1, is this individual is slowing down and they have no intention of moving any faster, and they want you to do the same. And I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I wish I could have given you a better message. I wish this could have been, your bestie is the best person in the world, but they're not. You need someone who's going to uplift you, someone who is not going to just keep you in the comfort zone and keep you on the back burner. You need someone who wants you to progress. So let me get 3 self-care cards for you, Pile 1. Let's get some advice for you. Man, what do we got? Connect with crystals, number 11. Yes, connect with crystals. Practice spells. Practice cultivating. If you need time to separate from this person, start cultivating that energy for yourself. If you need to use protection around this person, have protective crystals on you. But it's time that you start moving forward, because it's just looking like chanting. This is all protection vibes, dude. Protection vibes. You need to protect yourself. You need to protect yourself from this energy. Build those boundaries. Build that safeguard, Lastly, make a vision board. Again, think about your future and continue to think about your future. Regardless of whether or not your friend wants to think about the future, you need to think about the future. You can't put your life on hold because someone else doesn't want to progress. Okay, Pile 1? I love you. I'm sorry this wasn't a bright and happy message, but I hope that, you know, this was helpful for you. I really hope that I hope that you are able to reclaim your power, pile one. I really do. I love you. Make sure that you comment down below. Let me know what's happening. Let me know how it's going. Like, comment, and subscribe. All 3 of those actions are completely free and they help our channel very, very much. So I love you, pile one, and I will catch you on the next one. Hi, pile two. If you chose the Garden Quartz or you chose the 420 Tarot, then this is going to be your message from your best friend. Woo! So let's get into these. As always, we're going to start with our oracle portion, and if you feel like just based off of the oracle you're not connecting with the reading, totally okay. You can pick another pile if you want to, or you might not have a reading today. There's no worries about that. Don't stress about it. You know, it's better to not have a reading than to force information that doesn't apply to you to fit. So with that, what was the card that was Justice reversed? Okay. With that, let's get into these. So starting off, we've got Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Interesting. Judgment. Put that there. We have the Seeker, Sagittarius, number 51. Wisdom, experience, evolution. Right? Either you're a Sag or they're a Sag, or they just have that energy, you know? We have Exploration, bravely open and connect. It's time to get to know others better, learn something new about the people in your life, and allow them to learn something new about you. Ooh, okay. Deepening our connections. We have Energy. Love that. I love that. And then we have the Four of Swords upright. Rest, recuperation, healing, take a break. All right. And then lastly, for our Julius Tarot, Rainbow Reflections Lenormand, I'll link it down below, we have the Mice. And the mice represent in the Lenormand, the mice represent, like, it could be about theft, loss, anxiety, or even devastation. So let's talk about this. I feel like this friendship may have started through trauma. Maybe it started through a trauma bond. And I feel like maybe you guys have grown. Maybe you guys are at a point in your lives together where hopefully these losses don't apply anymore. And maybe things were unfair, because I'm thinking, I keep that Justice reversed that was on the top when we did the intro. That keeps popping in my head too. And I'm thinking about it. And honestly, I feel like the vibe might be that you guys have really gone through some stuff together, you know? There may not have been accountability. Maybe people haven't been able to speak their voices and really just like stand in their truth, you know? But the vibe that I'm getting is that it's time for you guys to get to know each other on a different level, you know? Understand what their path is, actually understand where they're coming from, who they are, really experience this person's energy, and not just the loss and devastation, but experience the rest, experience the healing together, you know? Explore new opportunities, explore new things, and really get to know each other past the losses, past the hurts, and past the disappointments. Okay, it's easy to trauma bond. Some of our, you know, I saw this thing, they were talking about like day ones, your relationship is based around trauma and survival. And that's true. Your day one friends, that is what your relationship is based around, is trauma and survival, you know, because you grew up together, you struggled together, you suffered all the losses together, you know? So it's time to grow. It's time to grow and really explore healing. Explore what healing feels like, what healing looks like. Get to know each other on a more positive level, and get to know each other in a more progressive level. Does that make sense? So let's get into our tarot. We're gonna start with a card to represent your best friend. So hopefully that was helpful for you. Hopefully this applies. We'll get into the tarot. A card to represent your best friend. Let's see what we got for pile two. We have Death reversed. Okay. How does your best friend see you? How do they see you? Okay, we got too much going on here. I'll take these. How do they see you? We've got Temperance, upright. Okay. What brings you together? We have the Moon, upright. All right. What pulls you apart? We've got the Two of Cups, reversed. All right. What do they need from your relationship? We have the Sun, reversed. I think the Sun reversed is interesting. And then something that they want you to know. Something your best friend wants you to know. We'll take these two. The Four of Swords again. That's crazy. And the Wheel of Fortune. All right, Four of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune upright. And then some advice. We've got the Ten of Cups on the bottom. I love that. And the High Priestess. It's your girl, the High Priestess, on the bottom. Let's get it. Let's get it. So, a card to represent your best friend. We have Death in reverse. So I feel like I said, I think that your friendship started with trauma. I think that your friendship started with pain, or your friendship may have started just with struggle. You know, it may have started, a beautiful friendship may have come from negativity. 555 on my timer. And I feel like they may tend to be stuck in the past. I know I tend to do that. You know, we all tend to do that, but I feel like your best friend may tend to be stuck in the past and may not be able to move on from certain things, and may not be able to recognize certain points in their life where it's time to heal and evolve, rather than focus on the loss, you know, rather than focus on the sadness. It's like it's harder to focus on the positivity, you know what I mean? And I feel like maybe they tend to be stuck in the past. How your best friend sees you. We have Temperance, upright. I feel like they see you as someone with purpose, someone who brings meaning, someone who brings balance with them, and you're patient with them. I feel like you tend to take the high road when it comes to your best friend. You tend to be, I think that you're more of a listener, and you give them the space to feel how they feel. And I feel like, and they definitely recognize that. But also, you're not the type of person that's just going to let them sit in their sulkies. You're the, it's like you're the sun right here shining through the window, and you're like, hey, just checking on you, seeing how you're doing. And they're like, hey, girl. You know what I mean? They're the grumpy friend, and you're the positive friend. And them being the grumpy friend, that's fine. That's not particularly a bad thing. However, it's important that you recognize that maybe they're not fully capable of viewing positivity on their own. And sometimes you may need to put a little more energy in, and maybe even recognize like, hey, this is the path that they're on. They have to go through this dark time. They have to go through this sadness. They have to go through this part in order for them to get to the point where they can open up and connect, you know? And don't be afraid to, and maybe it's time for you, maybe what they're needing from you is for you to focus, to bring a more positive energy into it. They start getting negative, change the subject. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Try and get them to focus on the future, focus on what's better. And it's, again, it's not your job to babysit anyone. However, if this friendship is truly worth having and you truly believe that it is worth saving, and not that it's in any jeopardy or anything, I'm not getting that vibe. But if you believe that this friendship is truly worth keeping, then you also need to do your part to make sure that you're not sulking. This friendship isn't based in negativity. You know what I mean? What brings you guys together? We have the Moon, upright. Again, the anxiety, the insecurity, the fear factor. I think that this was a trauma bond. You know, I think that this friendship was based out of struggle and hardships. And we're not focused on that anymore. We're not living our life in struggle. We're not living our life in hardship. We're not trying to be stuck in the past and stuck in the losses. You know, we're trying to move forward and put all of our energy towards seeking the truth, seeking the next level, seeking the level up in general, seeking rest and healing and recuperating, you know? What is it that pulls you apart? We've got the Two of Cups reversed. it's like this lack of harmony, because it's the vibe is that you want to move, you want to be happy, and they don't, you know. And I'm not getting the vibe that they're like holding you back in a sense, and that energy can hold you back. Let's be real, that energy can definitely hold you back. But the vibe that I'm getting is that it's hard for you to be happy together, you know. It's almost like you have to be happy by yourself, and it's always like I said, you're always the one who's like, hey, hi, how's it going? And they're just like, everything sucks. And honestly, that's not the vibe. They can't live like that forever, and you can't live like that forever, you know. So it's time for, I honestly think it's important that you bring that up. If that's something that you need to have a conversation about, then it's important that you have that conversation and you say, hey, listen up. I get that this is the struggle that we've been going through, but we're not there anymore. It's time for us to think about the future. Think about our happiness. Think about our joy. It's time to heal. You know, it's time to explore and experience and be excited. It's time to have energy. It's not time to be sad anymore. The sad part is over. We're not in that element anymore. So I feel like what's pulling you apart is just an imbalance, you know? You're trying to tip the scale towards joy. They're trying to hold the scale down on sadness, and we can't do that. What they need from your relationship, we have the Sun reversed, and it's like that. Like I said, like that it's that temporary depression. They just need that temporary sadness validation, and it's time for you to step up and say, you know what, friend, we're not going to be sad anymore. We're not going to sit around and cry about it 11:11. We're not going to be sad anymore. We're not going to be depressed about it. We're not going to sit here and continue to go over the same issues over and over and over again that have not changed and have not gotten better. It's time for us to focus on the future. Something they want you to know. We've got the Wheel of Fortune upright and the Four of Swords upright, which I think is a really solid combo. That double Four of Swords is interesting. But what they want you to know is that there is a turning point. What they want you to know is that they're trying. They're trying to heal. They're trying to change. They're trying to grow. It may require a little more patience from you. You know, it may require a little more of a push from you. You might have to remind them every once in a while, like, hey girl, we're not talking about that anymore. Hey friend, we're not focused on that anymore. I know that my friends have to do that to me. You know, some of us are just naturally prone towards the sadness, and we want to just gravitate towards the sadness because the sadness is what we know and understand. But it's not sad time anymore. And they want you to know that they're trying to heal. They're trying to turn the wheel. They're trying to move forward and think about the future, and they're trying to change this life cycle, you know, and they're working on it. They're resting. The Four of Swords is like a slow progress kind of card. You know what I mean? It's like a recuperation. It's rest. It's slowing down and taking a break. And what they want you to know is that they're trying. It might just, it's going to take a second, you know? And if you're willing to be patient and work with them through it, then great. Be patient and work through it with them. But if that's not something that you want to continue to do, and maybe you need to take some space, maybe you need to take a break from this relationship, then it's important that you communicate that as well. But at the end, we've got the High Priestess. It's your girl. And we've got the Ten of Cups. At the end of the line, there is going to be harmony. This is about to be y'all right here. Just besties. You know, it's your future. It's going to be okay. And I think that it's important that you bring that to focus and you tap into, and maybe it's time for you to start pointing at them and pointing at their higher self and saying, hey girl, it's time to look at your higher self. It's time to tap into that deeper perspective. It's time to dig deeper within ourselves and, you know, explore new opportunities, explore the new parts about ourselves, the healed parts about ourselves, explore growth, explore change, you know, learn something new. Let's not focus on the old. Let's focus on the future. Let's focus on our joy and our excitement and our happiness and the harmony that we can have from our lives, you know? Whew. Pile 2, not bad at all. Let's get some self-care cards for you. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this. I don't think that your best friend is a bad person. I think that they're in a bad place, and it's time that, and they're trying to get out of it. And maybe it's time for you to put a little extra energy in showing them the light. and focus on, helping them redirect. And if it takes too much from you, then, let them know, hey, I can't give that much energy to it, but here's what I can do. What do we got? We got dance. Go have fun together. Go out. Go hang out. Go dance. Move your bodies. Listen to music. Just enjoy joy. You know what I mean? Enjoy happiness. Enjoy the warmth of each other's company. And enjoy progress. Flow like water. Ooh, maybe even go for a swim. Maybe you guys should. I feel like you guys need to be active together. You know what I mean? I think that you guys need to focus on the ebb and flow and not so much focus on resistance or forcing situations, but rather allow yourself to move and groove in a more natural way. Positive affirmations, number 41. Yes, baby. Positive affirmations. It's time for you to recognize, I love myself. I'm worthy. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm happy. And start bringing that into, oh, I love this too. We'll take this one as well. Take a walk. It's time for you guys to start focusing more on your health, your joy, your excitement, the beauty of your friendship, positivity, loving yourselves, loving each other, and harmony. It's time for you guys to focus more on harmony and focus on the joy in your life, okay? So pile 2, I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this. Nothing really bad here to say. Make sure that you like and comment and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know how you enjoyed this. Let me know what pile you picked. If you picked pile 2, tell me how you're doing. All 3 of those actions are free. Liking, commenting, subscribing. I really would appreciate it if you did that. It helps me grow our channel and helps brings more homies over here, So like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the Peach Aventurine or you chose the Art of Adventure Tarot, then this is going to be your reading. As always, we're going to start off with our oracle portion, see what's going on in there. And if you feel like just based off the oracle, you're not connecting with this reading, that's totally fine. You can pick another pile if you want to, or you might not have a reading today. Nothing wrong with that. So let's get a message from our best friend, from your bestie. From your bestie beastie. That's what I call my best friend. She's my bestie beastie. All right. Let's start with our oracle. See what we got. We have fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Okay. T. Fear is, sometimes it's just like insecurity, like maybe I'm not good enough when you really are. We have expansion. Our number 24, outer world blossoming doing. Okay, I have a feeling some people are scared to grow and glow. Ooh, power. Know your potential. You are a powerful being. Your thoughts, words, and actions have the ability to heal or harm. Respect this with this tremendous gift and use it wisely. And if you take a look at the power card and how it's like that purple showing through in the background of the fear card, it's almost like I'm getting the vibe of being afraid to really just stand out and do your thing. We have passion. Love that. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Practice, self-employment, new job, ambition. And also the 8 of Pentacles can be about just progress, working, building, cultivating. We have for our Julius Tarot Rainbow Reflections Lenormand. Dang, I don't know why I can't say that. We have the bear. I'll link these down below. We have the bear, number 15. And the bear represents authority and financial stability. It can also represent a level of protection, defensiveness, rather, like a positive defensiveness. So let's look at these. The vibe that I'm getting for your bestie is that I think that they're scared of their potential. I think that they're scared of growing and getting bigger, Maybe they started a business, or maybe you started a business, whatever it is. But maybe you guys are just progressing. Your lives are changing and developing into what you're passionate about, what you actually are excited about, and it's the blossoming part. It's the actual action part, And since we're going to talk about, the finances popped up twice, let's talk about finances. Maybe you or them, or maybe both of you guys are in a position where You're taking a new financial venture. You're going on a new adventure. You're trying new things, and you're really expanding, whether it be your business, your life, your person. But remember that you need to know your potential, and you also need to understand just how powerful you can be, and your actions can be, and your words can be. You know what I mean? So make sure that you're using your power. Don't invest your power and your passion into being afraid. Invest it into progressing. Invest it into building up and doing better and wanting more for yourselves, you know? All right. That's pretty to the point. Let's get into these. Let's get into our tarot message from your best friend. So the first card that's going to come out is going to be a card to represent them. So a card to represent your best friend. Let's get it. Pile 3, a card to represent your best friend. What do we got? We got the Hermit. Okay. The Hermit. A card, how they see you. We have the Queen of Wands. Let's see. Oops. What brings you guys together? What do we have? The Moon. Interesting. That came out for pile 2 as well. What brings you guys together? We have the Moon. What pulls you apart? Hold on. Let me shuffle all these guys. What is pulling you apart? What's bringing you guys together is the Moon upright. What's pulling you guys apart? What pulls you guys apart? King of Wands. Let me get a clarifier for that. King of Wands. Okay, this is too many. I'm definitely getting a scattered energy, a scattered vibe. What the heck? These all popped out once and then they popped out again. All right. I'm taking them. What they need from your relationship. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. And then something they want you to know. We have the Eight of Swords. Some advice. We've got the Five of Cups reversed. Dude, literally all I mean, whatever. These cards all flew out before and I was like, this is chaos. And then they all came out again. So let's get a clarifier for this King of Wands and then we'll move on. What do we have? Eight of Wands reversed. All right. All right, let's go. Pile 3. Let's get into these. And then with Page of Pentacles on the bottom. All right. Let's get into these. A card to represent your best friend. We have the Hermit. They're definitely a loner. They're definitely used to handling things quietly. And maybe just in general, especially with the vibe up here with the Oracle cards, I feel like they're used to being in the background. They're used to being behind the scenes. They're used to just chilling and just kind of, you know, I'll get to it when I get to it. But I feel like your bestie might be at a point in their lives where it's time to get to it. You know what I mean? It's time to really focus and apply ourselves. We can't run away forever. And that's kind of the vibe with the Hermit card too, especially with this card. I live van life, so those of you know me know this is a very, very, very embodiment of me. But like the vibe is that, you know, it's almost like we love a good nomadic moment, but it's also running away from stuff. And you don't want to run away from anything. And I feel like your best friend tends to probably run away from the spotlight, run away from responsibility. Maybe they run away from the idea that they could actually achieve bigger things, you know? We've got how they see you, and we've got the Queen of Wands. That's your best friend. They see you as a bad bitch. They see you as someone who's vibrant and determined. You are the warmth to their fire. You know what I mean? Like you literally light a fire for them and you just bring them comfort and bring them joy. And they love you very much. I want you to know that. Your best friend definitely loves you. What brings you guys together? We have the Moon upright. I feel like maybe insecurity is what brings you guys together, right? Because they see you as this like bright shining person and they see themselves as this like more toned down quiet person. And I don't think it's a negative insecurity, so don't take it as that. I don't think that they're looking at you and being jealous of you. I just think that what brings you together is that they they can support you shining, but they can't support themselves shining. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But I feel like there's like this subconscious like desire to go deeper, because that's what the moon is too, you know, is this like this need to dive deep into under the surface and really understand what is influencing and what is impacting your choices and your personality in general, you know, who you are and what choices you make in your life. And I feel like the thing that brings you together is like maybe this fear of the unknown. You know, you guys are both like, I don't know, I'm not sure, I'm kind of scared. What pulls you guys apart? We have the King of Wands in combo with the Eight of Wands. So I feel like what pulls you guys apart is that they might be holding off while you're trying to move forward. And it's funny because like this is the same character. This is the same character. He's just become the King of Wands. And I feel like while you are standing in this energy and standing in this power and really standing up and saying, I am, you know, a leader. I have a vision. I'm an entrepreneur. I have a place that I want to go. They're probably like, I'm not sure. I'm not ready to go yet. Like if you guys are trying to do a business venture together, if you guys are trying to like, you know, build something together, I feel like the thing that's pulling you guys apart right now is that you are confident and they are not. And I don't think they're confident because they're insecure about you. I think that they're not confident because they are insecure about themselves. I think that your best friend, like the vibe is that there's a desire to progress, but this fear is like coming up, you know, and creeping through the surface where it's like, I want this so bad, but I also think that this is as far as I can get. This is the best I can do. I'm not the King of Wands. I'm just the Hermit. And I think that that's how they view themselves. And especially with someone like you, where they view you as this glamorous, like outgoing, powerful person, it can make them feel like maybe they can't live up to that. And I don't think that, and I also get the vibe that they're kind of insecure about maybe disappointing you. But I don't think that you're a bit disappointed. I think that you're actually I would like to believe that you're actually really proud of your best friend and proud of the progress, you know? But the thing that's pulling you apart is that they're holding back. They're delaying, and you aren't trying to delay anymore. I think that you're trying to move forward, and they also want to move forward. I think that they're just a little insecure about it. What they need from your relationship, we have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. They need clarity. They need to know that you've got their back. They need to know that, and it's so funny because it's like this financial thing. If you guys are going into business together, definitely listen up. But it's like what they need from your relationship is to understand your ability to manifest. They want to understand how you have clarity, how you have confidence. They need that mental breakthrough that you have. If you have that, 11:11 on my timer. They want the mental clarity, they want the victory, they want the breakthroughs, and that's what they need. And that's what your friendship provides. I think that you guys as a duo, the vibe that I'm getting, that you guys as a duo, I think are really impactful and I think are really great and really powerful. I just feel like they have their little moment and then they're like, oh no, that was my bestie. They're the one who did it all. They're the one who shined. And I think that what they need from you is to be reminded that they did this too. They actually put in the effort too. You know, they're actually working too. They're just a little scared. I'm getting the scared vibe. What they need out of your relationship is clarity, and they need confidence and security is what I'm getting. Something they want you to know. And we have the Eight of Swords upright. Something they want you to know is that they're doing it to themselves. That like self-restriction, the isolation, the like self-imposed isolation, the self-imposed imprisonment, that hermit vibe. You know, I'm surprised the hermit didn't come out reversed actually because of that. But like they want you to know that it's them. It's not you, it's them. They're the ones who aren't feeling the most confident. They're the ones who aren't feeling like they have it. And I think that as your friend, as their friend, you might need to step in and say, hey, look at how much progress you've made. Look at what we've done. You know, look at Look at the power that you have. Look at the investment that you've made. You're not just out here, you know, being a bum. Like, you're out here supporting this business. You're out here doing what it needs to be done. We're going through this together, and we've been going through this together. You know what I mean? We have a goal in mind, and I want you to help me achieve that goal. And that's something they want you to know. Advice, we've got the 5 of Cups. I think that it's important that you remind them that it's time to move on and forgive themselves for all the times that they, you know, forgive yourself for all the times that you may have felt that insecurity, may have held yourself back, may have intentionally caused those delays in your entrepreneurship. It's time to forgive yourself and move on and accept things as they are and step forward with this Page of Pentacles, which I love. Step forward and really like embrace the new opportunity. And whether this be, and double manifestation too, let me just say. We've got a lot of manifestation vibes. We've got a lot of like financial in here and business in here. New opportunity. I think that it's important that you remind them, you know, because maybe you need to remind them, you know, maybe you need to remind them, hey, here's where we're at. Here's what we're doing. Here's how far we've gotten because of you. I didn't just do this by myself. Yeah, I'm the Queen of Wands. Yeah, I'm the one in the spotlight, but you drove me there. You packed me in the van. You drove me where I needed to go so that I can shine. I didn't just show up and shine, you know? So I think that the vibe with your best friend, I think that they need a little more encouragement. I think that they need a little reminder. And I definitely think that they need to be reminded to let go of the past and to move forward. You know, we have a business venture happening. You know, we've got big plans. We've got big things ahead. We can't sit here and worry about the past and worry about how, you know, I'm not capable of A, B, and C. You are capable of it. They are capable. They just need to be reminded. And maybe you're the one who needs to remind them. Since you're their best friend, you know, focus on expansion, focus on your power, focus on building and cultivating and creating. And focus on protecting, you know, protect your energy. They start to get in that insecure feeling. Be like, no, we're not thinking about that right now. We're in the middle of this. You know, we've got this going on. We can't be sitting here worrying about, I'm not good enough. We are good enough. Now let's go, bitch. Let's go, girls. That's the vibe. Let's see, what do we have? Watch a movie together. Watch a movie, get some inspiration. If you're working on a creative outlet, hey girl, hey friend, you want to sit down, watch a movie together? Like, let's get inspired. Let's talk. Sweet treats and sound healing. Encourage growth, encourage joy, encourage security and comfort. Don't encourage fear. You know, when they start talking negatively about themselves or negatively about the situation, don't encourage fear. Burning bowl ritual. Ooh, yeah. It's time to let some shit go. It's time for you guys to let some shit go together. You know, if you practice spiritualism, help them do like a release ritual. You know what I mean? Help them dig out that insecurity and help them build and really just progress. Because I feel like you guys are a good team. I'm not getting the vibe that you guys are a bad team. I just think that they need a little more security and they need a little more encouragement. All right. That's what I have for you, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know how you enjoyed this. All 3 of those actions are completely free and they help the channel bring more homies around. So like, comment, subscribe. I love you and I will catch you on the next one. Hi, pile 4. If you chose the Desert Illuminations Tarot or you chose the Amethyst, then this is going to be your reading, a message from your best friend, your bestie. So as always, we're going to start with our Oracle portion and see what's going on in there. And if just based off the Oracle, you're not feeling like you connect with this reading, that's totally okay. You can pick another pile if you want to, or you might not have a reading today. Nothing wrong with that. Better to not have a reading than to force information that is not yours to fit. So on that note, let's get into these guys. So, message from your best friend. What do we got for pile 4? Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Okay. Feeling a little stuck maybe? We have number 16, intuitive knowledge, unconscious receptivity. I don't know what that means. And synchronicity. I think receptivity means like receiving information, downloads. We have faith, trust and believe. It is time to have faith and believe that everything will work out for the best. Trust yourself and know that you will make the right decisions. Okay, T. We have disruption. We've got the Nine of Swords reversed, recovering, facing fear, extreme regrets, accepting help. Oof. Who doesn't love asking for help? It's everyone's favorite activity. And then we have, from our Julius Tarot, Rainbow Reflections Lenormand, I'll link it down below. We have a tornado, which the tornado is really a mirror of the Tower card. It's like an upheaval. It feels like things are rapidly changing. It can feel chaotic, but it's just an upheaval. It's a big, big change. So I feel like this is an internal shift. And either this is a shift within your guys' relationship, or this is a shift with your best friend individually. But I feel like there are things that it's like they don't want to make some certain changes, you know? And I think that certain changes may come from fear, from desperation, and maybe they're a little insecure about it. But I think the most important thing is, look at this beautiful color grid right here. I think the most important thing is that you guys have faith and that you put your trust in the fact that it's not going to be horrible forever. You can trust that there is a deeper meaning behind certain things, you know? And it's so much easier said than done to be like, oh, negative things happen for a reason. There's a meaning behind it. There is, you know? And I think that within this deeper progress, I feel like they may be going through a phase where it's time for them to start using their intuition and stop disrupting that channel. Does that make sense? Maybe they're going through a recovery phase where they're facing their fears and they're going through and they're asking for help, and maybe they're asking you for help. Maybe they're I'm getting like a spiritual progress vibe. I'm not getting like a material progress vibe. But maybe they're reaching out to you and saying, hey, I'm ready to know about certain things, you know? And if you're an intuitive person and you're a spiritual person and you know things that could be beneficial to their growth and their progress, I think it's time that you share that with them. And I think that it's time that you share your practice and, you know, maybe offer help. They may not be willing to ask you for help and may not be willing to ask you questions about these things. And maybe they're indecisive. Maybe they don't want to ask you, you know, maybe they feel they've had a certain belief system for such a long time and they've been afraid to change it. And maybe you bringing it to their attention might be helpful for them and disrupting that insecurity and that fear, you know, that fear of change, that fear of upheaval. Let's get into the tarot. Let's see what we got. A card to represent them. A card to represent your best friend. Let me shuffle. I love this deck, by the way. This was like one of the last ones. I don't know if it's even in print anymore, but I hustled hard to get this one. It's one of my faves. So excellent choice, pile 4. A card to represent your best friend. 444 on my timer. Card to represent your best friend. We have the Queen of Cactus reverse. Yeah, that insecurity. We'll get into it. How do they see you? What do we got? How do they see you? We have the Page of Chilies, which is the Page of Wands. What brings you guys together? We have the Emperor reversed. Interesting. Let me move that up here. What pulls you guys apart? We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. Okay. I have a vibe. I'm getting a vibe, but we'll get into the tarot. What they need from your relationship. What does your best friend need from your relationship? We have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Something they want you to know. We've got the Eight of Swords reversed and the Five of Swords reversed. Interesting. And then let's get some advice. Very interesting. Ooh, Three of Wands on the bottom. Three of Chilies on the bottom. King of Cups. Okay. We're gonna get into it. All right. So, A card to represent them. We have the Queen of Cactus reverse. And with the Queen of Cactus reverse, it feels like there's like a imbalance in your work, in their work and their family life, right? So maybe, you know what? I'm gonna take this route because this was the vibe I was getting in the first place. I think that and the Hierophant didn't show up, but whatever. I think that they're making changes within their personal and interspiritual life. And I feel like they're going through like an upheaval phase. And I feel like they have to choose, you know? The vibe is that you have to choose between what you know and what you are willing to learn and what you're ready to change, you know? And I feel like maybe they might be overcommitted to tradition. They might be overcommitted to their family. They might be overcommitted to this idea. And they might be feeling insecure and they might be feeling afraid. They don't want to disrupt the system. They don't want to disrupt the functionality of things, you know? And they might be feeling insecure. The card for how they see you, we have the Page of Wands upright. They see you as enthusiastic. You are a free spirit. You are someone who is going to go out there and discover the world, and nobody can stop you. And I feel like that's why you guys are so close, and that's why you guys are such good friends, is that even though they stay close to home, you inspire that, like, that adventure. You inspire that tornado that they want to get whisked away with, you know what I mean? Like, I think that you show them a new way of functioning, and you show them that there is a different route. And like I said, in the faith category, whether that, you know, we'll use this as an example. Say your best friend is a Christian and you are a spiritualist and you do tarot and all those things, right? They may have questions for you, and they're not going to ask you those questions because they don't want the people around them to pressure them or anything like that. So they may be going the indecision route, and they may be going the what is it? The path of least resistance. Whereas you are the path of resistance. You are the resistance. You come in there and you get people together and you change things up and you shake it up and you bring an excitement and you bring a different energy that they're not used to and that the people around them are not used to. You know what I mean? What brings you together? We have the Emperor reversed. Like I said, this like controlling, like dominating vibe. This energy that is that controls the way that they think, the way that they feel, and the way that they function. And I think that they recognize the thing that brings you guys together is you reveal that. You reveal that controlling, dominating energy that may be, you reveal that inflexibility that they may be used to. And what brings you guys together is, I think, the vibe that like you show them different options. Like, even though there's this vibe of like, oh, this is exactly what it is and it never changes, you come in here and you go, no, it does change. Here's a different route. Here's what we can do. Here's what I'm about. Here's how I live my life. You know what I mean? I think that you, like I said, you come in there and you shake things up in their really toxic world that they tend to be stuck in. And I don't think that it's self-inflicted sometimes, but I don't think that they're really the root cause of that, like, that frustration in their life. You know what I mean? I feel like they're just overly immersed in this power dynamic that they are constantly dealing with. And I think that you might be the one that stands up to this person. You might be the one to stand up to the Emperor and be like, no, you're not going to talk to my friend like that. You're not going to put them in that category. You're not going to treat them that way. You know what I mean? And that's what brings you guys together. What pulls you apart? Interesting. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like what pulls you apart is that it's like they want to listen to you, but they don't want to work with you. You know, there's almost like this lack of teamwork. There's this disregard for, I think sometimes they don't believe in your spirit. They don't believe in your practice. They don't always believe in it. And it's not so much that everyone has to believe the same thing. I just think that sometimes there might be conflict in that department. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's this like energy that there's this base energy that controls the way that they navigate faith and the way that they navigate their feelings and their mentalities. And even though they're recovering and they're ready to face fears and they're ready to accept help, I feel like sometimes you're not, I don't think that you're always there. You're the one that they want to accept the help from. And that, take that. And those of you, you know your best friend. 11:11 on my timer. You know your best friend. So you would know exactly what I was talking about if that applies to you. But yeah, the vibe is more like there's a lot of things that they're not willing to let go of. What they need from your relationship, interesting, is that we have the 8 of Pentacles reverse. They need your sense of perfectionism. I feel like they need your sense of, they're lacking ambition and focus, and I think that they need that from you. I think that they need what gets them up and what gets them going is your ambition, your fire, your excitement. And I feel like they don't have that for themselves, but they can have that for you. And not to say, you know, oh, and I understand that everyone should be having that motivation for themselves. But if you have the ability to motivate your friend to make changes and get going and make decisions and really start to recover and face those fears and accept that help from you, I think that you should make that readily available to them. Double 8's coming in here too. I think that what they need from you is the excitement and focus and energy that you have. The desire that you have to cultivate and to perfect things and to continue to work on yourself, you know, and continue to build yourself. I think that they want that. I just think that there's too many disruptions and distractions, and I feel like they're not ready to start using their intuition. And if they are ready to start using their intuition, they don't know how. And they need a little guidance, to be perfectly honest. And I'm sure there's going to be someone in the comments who's like, I read the cards like this. Well, you know, that's how you read them. But the vibe that I'm getting a really, really strong vibe of like, they're ready to dive into certain things. With this 8 of Swords reverse, they're open to new perspectives. They're open to release. They're open to change, you know? And this is something they want you to know, is that they want to. It's so funny because the 5 of Swords reverse, I just realized this, but the 5 of Swords reverse and the 8 of Swords reverse both have the same energy of being open to changing and being open to moving on. You know, they're tired of the conflict. They're like, I'm not going to sit here and continue to fight with these people. I know what I want. And coming up on the end with that 3 of Wands is that moving on, that foresight, that expansion, that growing and glowing. We have the 3 of Wands, the King of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, and we have Death on the bottom. It's like they are ready. They're ready to move on. They're ready to progress. They're ready to grow and change. And they're ready to stand in their like alien power. You know what I mean? I just think that they don't know how. And that's where that tornado comes in, of that upheaval. You are that tornado, I feel like. You are that awakening for your best friend to be like, hey, there's like an unconscious thing that's calling you, you know? There's your faith is deeper than what it is right now. And I feel like they need your help seeing that. They need your help really progressing and healing. And they need your help facing these fears. But they're all ready. Let me tell you that. Even though in the past maybe there was that conflict of like, I don't want to listen to this, and like, let's just not work together on this. Let's, you know, we can't meet, we can't see eye to eye on this. I think that they're ready and open for change. I think that you need to be the one to make the offer though. You need to be the one to say it, because I don't think that they're going to say it. With the indecision vibe and just the energy that I'm getting throughout, they're not going to be the ones to ask you. I think that you need to offer this information, offer this security, offer this new route, you know, on a deeper level, on like a much deeper level, not just, you know, I like tarot cards. Ooh, okay. We have make a meal and connect with fire. I think that you guys should have like a little like camping trip or some shit, you know, something like that. Something, you guys need to be alone together. I think that you and your best friend need to be alone together and do something that gets you guys really talking and working together and connecting with each other. You know what I mean? And just cultivate that environment to have those deeper conversations. Clean your space. I think that that's where you should start. You should teach them about cleansing energy. If you have the opportunity to, maybe you should start by teaching them how to cleanse their energy. And nourish your temple. We'll take that too. I love that combo with the make a meal. I think that the first lesson that you could teach your friend is self-care and just cleansing, clearing out that energy, and really thinking about the future and progress. Make yourself readily available for them to go through these changes with you and with your support. That's the vibe I got. This is a message from your best friend, Pile 4. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. I think that this is really fun and exciting, and I'm excited for you guys. I can't wait to hear. Comment down below. I can't wait to hear what happens. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe. All 3 of those actions are completely free, and they help us here at the channel, build it up and bring more homies around. So like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I love you, and I will catch you on the next one.